Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here, and in today's class we're going to continue with our Math 7 content, and the topic today is going to be the area of figures. Okay, so with that, let's get started. All right, so here is our whiteboard, and I have areas of figures written down. Okay, and what we are going to do is we're going to try this question. Okay, and I'm going to give you some of the values here. Okay, so I have 11.2 centimeters, 10 centimeters. This side length is 12 centimeters, okay? And the base is 19 centimeters, and lastly, 2 centimeters. So you can see as I drew this figure out, okay? Again, it's not really to scale, okay? So maybe let's make it a little bit smaller here. Okay, however, you'll notice that the teacher will give you enough of the information so you can actually solve for the area of this figure. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to just divide this up into two shapes here, okay? And then I'm going to put some numbers on the shapes. So what I want to do is find the area of each of these shapes separately, okay? And then I'm going to add the areas together, all right? So let's try that on this side. Okay, anytime you're calculating the area, make sure you do put down the actual formula, okay? So I'm going to put area equals length times width. Okay, and if we're looking at our first figure, it's going to be 11.2 times 10. Okay, and this is equal to 112 centimeters. Okay, does everyone see that? And now we're going to go to the second figure here, okay? So again, I'll put 2 and then length times width, okay? We're going to multiply the two numbers. So 19 times 2, which is equal to 38. Sorry, make sure you're squaring that. So centimeters squared. Okay, again, the teacher is going to be very picky in terms of the units, okay? Make sure you are showing all of your work, okay, on the side as well. So now we're going to find the total area, okay, of this figure. And all you need to do is add the two numbers together, okay? So we're going to do 112 plus 38. Okay, you can just write it on one side here, what your final answer is. So 150 centimeters squared. Okay, and again, like I said before, you should make sure you are boxing your final answer. Okay? And that way the teacher can see what your final answer is. And you can see everything looks very neat, okay, when you're numbering and circling or squaring your final answer. Okay, are there any questions here? Okay, that looks good. So let's try one more example. Okay, I'm going to just take this off. Okay, and the example we're going to try is going to be slightly similar. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, so again, looks like a backwards L shape here. Let me give you some values. Okay, so this time I notice the values are given, okay, in terms of meters. So the base is 9.5 meters. Okay, and the side length is 5.7 meters. So just like this. All right, so again, what I want to do first is find out, okay, the sides that are not given to me, okay? So now say I'm looking for this side here. Let's make it x, okay? How you find the value of x is going to be, you see how it's like a vertical line? You're going to subtract all of the vertical lines. So I'm going to take 11.4 minus this vertical line, which is 5.7. Okay, does everyone see that? And the reason we're subtracting the vertical lines is because it's going to give me the exact value here. Okay, and I'm going to put 5.7 meters. Okay, and let's write it up here as well. So 5.7 meters. All right. Now say I'm looking for this side right here. This is y. Okay, when you're looking for the value of y, you're just going to subtract, because it's a horizontal line. I'm going to subtract the horizontal lines here. So 9.5. Okay, which is like this line right here, minus the 4.9. Okay, so you do have to take a look, okay, at the numbers that you're trying to subtract. And make sure you don't get confused, okay? So 4.6 meters is what we're getting. So I'm going to write it here as well. So 4.6 meters. All right. Some of the questions will ask you to find the perimeter of the figure. If you do have to do that, you notice I have to do these last two steps at the end where we were finding side X and Y, because that's the only way I can add all the sides together and find the perimeter, okay? So with that, let's divide up our two shapes here. So this will be shape 1 and this is shape 2. Okay, I'm going to individually find the area. So let's try the area on the side here. Okay, so the area is length times width. Okay, if you look at my figure here, okay, it's going to be 5.7 times 4.9. Okay, and when you are writing this down, okay, some teachers are taking off marks. Okay, so if you're writing the length times width, make sure you're putting the bigger number first, which is the length. Okay, and then put the smaller number. So we're getting 27.93 meters squared. Okay, just like this. Then you're going to look at the second figure you have here. Okay, and I'm doing the same thing here. So I'm going to put area equals length times width. Okay. And I can see the length is 9.5 and the width is 5.7. So we're going to multiply it, 9.5 times 5.7. Okay, and again, you could just use your calculator. We're going to just plug it into the calculator here. And we're getting 54.15 meters squared. Okay, does everyone see that? And that's actually all you're doing here. So I can see I have my two areas, okay, of the rectangles. And I need to find the total area. Okay, so let's try the total area. Okay, and we're just going to add them together. So 27.93 plus 54.15. Okay, and make sure you're adding them together. Okay, so 27, okay, 0.93 plus 54.15. Make sure your answer is very specific here, okay? So I'm going to put 0.08 meters squared. And you notice for even the areas of the rectangles, I'm not rounding it until the very end. Okay, so you can actually round the final area to one decimal place like this, okay? So we are getting 82.1 meters squared. Okay, so you see the only extra step I had to do here, okay, was finding the X and Y values for the unknown sides. And I do need those sides in order to actually find the area, okay, of my figure. And these figures are actually known as composite figures. And the reason for that is they're a little more complex. And that way you can find the areas of the two shapes separately. Okay, and then you can calculate your final answer. All right. Okay. And thank you for watching. Make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Thanks. Bye.